Is going on? Laser Focus Solutions Media, Christopher Godwin coming at you on August 11th, Sunday evening. And what a day of rest it was. Listen up, this is what we did. So this morning was too nice out not to do nothing, but I didn't go to work. So I cleaned out my garage. It was a need, so I went ahead and I removed most all of the things that my fiance moving in, things that I've moved out in the garage temporarily, job materials coming back, just got kind of stored around, and it was almost impossible to walk through. So if any of you have ever had that, I got to get something done feeling, and you just let it eat at you and eat at you and eat at you. Well, that was my garage. So today, I just took it out one thing at a time, put it out in the driveway, and said, okay, it's either going in my truck to the dump, it's going on marketplace for sale, or it's going back in the garage and finding a home. So very little came back in the garage. Thankfully, temporarily, the stuff that's on marketplace did go back in the garage, but still much more organized, still easier to walk through, and such. So again, continuing on with the beautiful day outside, decided to hammer out cutting grass. So went ahead and cut the grass. We're on an acre here in Middletown, Delaware. So me and the fiance, banged out that. And then I feel like we did more stuff. I don't remember now. Cleaned out the house. Who knows? I can just try to keep it all together. But they got better. They got more relaxing. What do we do? Went and saw my future father-in-law for his birthday. Had some cake with family and friends. And then we went back for the dogs for dinner. And then me and the missus went over to Schaefer's Canal House down on the Chesapeake, listened to a band, ate a meal, and just had good quality time together watching boats go by, and it felt amazing. So sometimes you need a little R&R, a little just reset, even if you're not sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Still was nice to get out and about and do our thing. So um, continuing on this chaotic week that we have coming up. So I pulled two jobs in yesterday. One was the continuation of the drywall job, and we got some more activity done on that, which we're leaving that in a very good place this week coming into the week. And then we took care of that the repeat client mounting the headboard, and then we have to give an estimate for two TV mounts. But tomorrow I got a start of a job, 4 or 5 day job. I also got a return to a drywall job different from the one I just mentioned. And then Tuesday I had a repeat client that we had to go out, and if I said it on another video, um, we had last year a toilet valve pass and it leaked on the client's ceiling. And again, in Laser Focus Solutions, I stand by my work. I stand by what we do. So this client reached out to us and said, hey, just letting you know, my ceiling's got some drip marks on it, right? Um, so we scheduled a date convenient for them to come out and make good on that. So weirdly enough, here I am stressing out about the entire week. Now I pulled two jobs forward for Saturday. I feel a little bit better. I've relieved some stress, and I'm still trying to figure out Tuesday and Wednesday. And this client reaches out and says, hey, Chris, Tuesday's no good for us. We're going to need to push back a little bit. How did that happen? Right? How did that happen? I don't know, but I'll take it, So that gives us a little bit of breathing room, even more so. And again, this is what's just, you got to sometimes settle in, right? And, right now I'm in a very uncomfortable mental space. But I also am not naive to know this is a growing pain, right? It's easy for us to, as human beings, to go back into what's comfortable. And if I were to do that and revert back, then I would not get any farther, right? So I'm choosing to stay in the moment, settle in, and just endorse the feeling of, and embrace the feeling, I guess I should say, of what this looks like, right? Feels a little chaotic, feels a little out of control. But here we are now moving into Sunday evening. I'm getting ready to end this video. When I do, I'm going to go for a walk, maybe work out next door a little bit. And I feel really good about going into this week. So what was once Friday evening, super stressed, super chaotic, into Saturday, now we're in a Sunday, and I'm like, okay, this week's doable, right? So I wanted to shift from that, and I know I mentioned just a second ago about going next door and hitting some weights. again, I love this life. So I had a neighbor, friend, client, all of the above, reach out and say he's got some tomatoes to give out. So I go out and talk to him. He's like, yo, dude, you look like you're getting in shape, man. You look pretty good. And I was like, yeah, I'm on a 90-day challenge. I'm, just staying true to myself. And I'm not even really that serious about it. I'm just doing something, which is better than nothing. And yes, I have noticed a difference personally. I feel better as well. I have more energy. My thought patterns are just, shifting a little bit again, because I feel like I'm stretching myself into something new, right? Um, so he's like, hey man, if you ever want to go to the gym, let me know. I'll go, I'll spot you, I'll teach you, I'll show you. I go to the gym for the past 30 plus years. And I just love that. He goes, I can tell you're working out, man. You look great. So again, I love when you surround yourself around great people. They want to help. They want to help you improve even more than you already have. So am I going to take this guy up on this? Absolutely. For two reasons. One, he's a beautiful human being, and I love being around good people. So this is going to give me an opportunity to be mentored by somebody that I admire and I look up to. But also, he's been through it. He's been at the gym for 38 plus years, so he knows the technique, which I'm very intrigued about learning the right technique. He knows about reps and sets, and going to fail and going to partial lifts, and all this research I've been doing, just trying to figure out. And ultimately, if you were to ask me what my goal was just to be the best version of myself. That's really it, right? And what is that? I don't know. So, do I want to be like shoulder? No, there's no definitive thing in my head about an outcome of a look per se. It's more of what's Chris capable of doing, right? We've never actually dedicated time to the proper method of lifting weights. So I'm just curious, just to see what a healthy Chris looks like lifting weights, doing some exercises, and such. And what I have learned is that most successful entrepreneurs, most successful business owners, they take their health very seriously. So noted. And that's where I've been doing the same of recent. I already gave up drinking a year and a half ago, as I said on yesterday's video. Feel good about that. But again, this is a continuing journey. How can I stretch? How can I do more? How can I be better? How can I encourage others? How can I help others? Right? How can I learn to help the next person? Okay. So it's all there. It all matters. Now my challenge is, okay, so if this gentleman wants to meet up 3 times a week, let's say, how do I, Chris Godwin, the owner of Laser Focus Solutions, come off the tools in a time frame that fits him? Because he mentioned he goes to the gym on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I believe it could be wrong. It could have been every other day. But I heard the 8 o'clock hour in the morning. Well, that's when my day starts. So, how do I come off the tools to take my personal health serious enough to get the coaching that's being offered to me? So, something to think about. Yeah, and I'm just sharing. So I'll shift from that, and I'll end on this. I follow many people on YouTube. I subscribe to many people's channels, a lot, but there's a select few that I actually purposely click on their content, observe, witness, get on as many lives as I can. And I'm super, super happy that I stumbled upon the One Rental at a Time, Mike Zuber, Millennial Mike, the Lumberjack Landlord, Dion Talk, the Uneducated Economist. These are 4 or 5 or 6 guys, and I don't even know how many I just named off. I'm not counting them right now. I'm just kind of spitting off the top of my head. But these are gentlemen who are giving back, right? Not once have they hit me up for a fee or a subscription or something like that. Now, do these gentlemen individually have something to offer? Some of them do, right? Zuber, for example, gave a course out, and it was a insulting $300 fee, if I'm not mistaken. It was like $350 or something like that. So for me, if you're charging like $350 for a one-time hit on a course, that's the cost of admission, right? He's not trying to get rich off your $350. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the case at all. He has a book. I didn't even know about the book. I've listened to his videos numerous times, and I didn't even know he had a book because he doesn't promote it. He's not a self promoter. He's out there doing his thing. And then I go back, Lumberjack Landlord. I listen to his content every Sunday for a solid 6, 8 months straight while I was working with another landlord that I was trying to get into to buy a portfolio of college rentals. And, again, same thing. He started a course, but it was a give back course. It was a, hey, this is my 20-year, boots on the ground, lessons learned, hard knocks. If you want in, here's my trade secrets. I wouldn't give them away either. I mean, I would give them away, but you got to be careful who you're giving them away to. That's the thing. So I don't mind when people charge for something, right? Again, because if lumberjack landlords spent the time giving, what if you gave it to the wrong people? You're meeting people on the internet. You don't know who they are. You don't know what their character makeup is, what their background is, and that kind of stuff. So again, by him charging a fee, it's a cost of admission, and then you're going to weed out the people that aren't really betting on themselves, right? That's the way I look at it. Okay. Now, if I'm putting up 6, 8, even $500 a month for something, then yeah, there needs to be a return on investment. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be a path. There needs to be a direction. But in none of these guys' courses or none of these guys' offerings have I ever felt like I was being scammed or sold on something that wasn't going to be beneficial. In fact, I wanted to do lumberjack landlords course. I just had to choose, and I chose my business course called Conquer over the lumberjack landlords course because at the time when Matt first launched it, it was being more promoted around if you're an existing landlord, this is for you, and I'm not. So that's where I chose not to take it. I hope he's doing very successful with it. I'm sure that he is. I also signed up for Mike Zuber's Vegas trip. Same exact scenario. I booked the Vegas trip because I was excited to be a part of that and be in that circle of those minds of people. And, losing my corporate job, starting the business, buying that ticket, and then getting an invite to go to Conquer Summit in Florida, I hit that purchase button. And then all of a sudden work slowed down. So as a sophomore in business, I learned, hey, when you put your head down and put the tools on, and you look up and there's no work, that's a you problem. You know what I mean? So that was a lesson learned for me. And I'm thankful that Zuber gave me a refund. And unfortunately, it cost me more than my refund for not being able to go. I really wish I was able to go. I'm a networking fiend. I love meeting great people. I love being around great people. I was looking forward to seeing some of the people that I've watched on their channels comment nonstop. And unfortunately I had to watch videos of those very people all getting together and getting to know each other more. But I'll get there, right? So why am I bringing those folks up and why am I rambling on about them? Because there is a podcast that I dabbled with shortly, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. So while I did subscribe to it, which may falsify their viewership of sort, maybe I did subscribe to it, and then I never actually clicked on any more podcasts. And that was the Bigger Pockets podcast. And those two, Rob and David or whatever his name is, they just didn't really do it for me, right? It felt like they were selling me something. It felt like it was a little more on the drier side. And these guys were professional speakers, it felt like at the same time. Whereas Zuber, he does it from his office. I think it's his daughter's room, if I'm not mistaken. He did it from a ship for a while. Millennial Mike, he's just born to be in front of a camera. So that's one thing. Dion, he can read a phone book and I can listen to him all day long. And Matt's just funny. I like hearing Matt rip stuff out. You know what I mean? So these guys are relatable. That's my point, right? So for me, I wish I had more time in the day to hit the button and listen to their content and keep up on their stuff and get to know them personally. Matt's child had cancer, and that's significant. I mean, I can relate hardcore because my son had cancer at 4 years old. So, to do what he's done with the family he's got in the situation he's been going through, is commendable, right? And man to man, dad to dad, that is knock out of the park, commendable. So, I just thought it was funny that I'm seeing some tiff going back and forth and whatnot from the Bigger Pockets guy. I think, like I said, David, I think his name was. When he's going at, the Avengers that we call them, Mike and Matt and those guys on certain cases. And really, in reality, I don't know that he has the grounds to, because again, Mike, Matt, and Dion and Millennial Mike are all coming from a place of relatable, you know what I mean, give back, um, telling a true story. You know what I mean? Mike worked a W-2 job through most all of his purchases, right? And got to this place to where he is. You know, Matt just retired recently. You know, Dion's programmed his subconscious mind that he's lazy now. So he's lazy. You know, I mean, he may have always been lazy, but now he's lazy because he tells it on his thing every day. So now he's a lazy investor. But, you know, he's done it well. He's done it real well. In fact, I think I saw Cody make a video, and Cody was talking about how, you know, he admires Dion for how he did it. You know, he's got low spend, right? Low debt. Um, so these are all things. And again, why am I talking about this? Because I am going to buy rental properties. I am going to invest in properties, and I want to make sure that I'm getting real talk, real data, real information from real people. And those 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys that I mentioned, they don't have paid. They're not on this. They're not on YouTube to make money. Is my point, right? The other guy, which again, I whatever his name was, he was not anymore. He's doing his own thing now. I don't know who knows, but again, I just didn't feel it from him. I felt like it was a paid, you know, and live, you know, kind of thing. Like it was an act, is what I feel like, you know. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe the guy's genuine. Maybe he's real. Maybe he's all those things. But for me, that's why I didn't view, you know. So again, my rambling. That's why I create this content. That's why I do my channel. That's why I'm doing it in the home repair space, because I want to make sure that I'm authentic, I'm real, I'm true, I'm genuine, and I'm raw. I'm messy. Okay. This is a messy video. There is no notes below. And the people that do this for a living are probably going, what is he doing? Oh my goodness. But you know what? I'm convinced there's people out there that are going to buy into this. Buy in meaning they're going to relate to what I'm saying. Somebody out there is going through a family medical issue with their child. Somebody out there has financial strains and issues in their space and is working for a corporate structure and feels like they're being squeezed and being pushed and over pushed and they're getting burnout. Somebody out there is going through a lot of heartache and headache and things just in their thought processes. So why I put my content out there, why I sit here and do this, is because if I can give 2 seconds, 2 sentences, whatever, to make you feel like, hey, he's doing it. I have faith too now, right? He's been through it. Okay, cool. I can follow that path. Or you know what? Whoa, Chris said that didn't go so well. Let me be careful about that when I start my business up, or when I do this, or when I do that. So again, I'm going to end on that. I just wanted to give a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a ramble, around, you know, why I think being authentic and being real and being unedited right now in today's world where everything is AI, everything is photoshopped, everything is fake and glamorous and all those things. This is where it's at, in my opinion, right? And if I can get around, I don't care if my sub count doesn't get to 1 million. It doesn't matter to me. If I can pull in a good audience of people that want to be invested, and again, just sit back and learn, you know, and listen, laugh at me, you know, as I stutter and ramble through things and whatever. But as I get better, as I improve, you know, you're seeing it. I'm seeing it. Okay. I'm hearing it. This is my, I don't even know, 60 some video, whatever. Right. And the first one was by far way worse. So, you know, I'm not, again, nobody's knocking down my door for sponsorships, but I'm not in it for that really. I'm in it just to talk, again, be relatable and let people out there know that, hey, I live a real life. I'm in a home repair business out of Middletown, Delaware, and I got problems just like everybody else. I put my pants on the same way everybody else does, one leg at a time. So I'm gonna end on that and hit my walk in, man. I'm gonna go get my walk in, hit these weights, try to work on these arms a little bit. I'm starting to feel a little development here going on. So I'm gonna try to keep the movement. All right. Peace out. Thanks for watching.